Gene, here go Miss Wallace.
Gene Deal.
Hey, Miss Wallace, Gene Deal.
Oh, hi, Gene. How are you?
All right, man. You know I ain't seen you since I came to your house and had that conversation with you. How you been? You all right?
I've been okay. I've been watching you on Facebook.
I'm sorry, Miss Wallace. I'm sorry I had to do what I had to do, but you know, it is what it is.
Okay. I know you do.
Thank you, Miss Wallace. Like I told people, I said, if Miss Wallace would have called me and told me to shut it down, I would have shut it down. Miss Wallace ain't called. She knew how to get in touch with me. If Miss Wallace didn't tell me to shut it down, I'm going to keep doing it because I respect you, Miss Wallace.
Do what you do.
Thank you, Ma. I appreciate you.
What you do.
What was the backstory behind that? Big Mom calling you.
My man, that had to be, if I say exhilarating, it has to be one of the highlights of coming out here and doing what I've done over the last, since 97. Since 97. Since I seen Miss Wallace. You know what I'm saying? To hold Miss Wallace's hand and explain to what happened to her son that night, it was one of the, I guess, most emotional times I've ever had in my life. Because here I am explaining how your son died and his last words and everything that went on after somebody who you trusted with your son's life told you that they didn't even know me. But God is good every time, man, all the time. You know what I'm saying? And when she mentioned my name, my fraternity brother, Bill Willard, was right there and said, yo, that's my fraternity brother, Gene Deal. I know him. I could call him right now. I went up to see Miss Wallace, brother. And she took me around her whole house and I seen the memorial of Big. I seen how this lady loved and lost her only child. And brother, when I say that it was an emotional time sitting there with her, it's something that I'll never forget, and I never ever want to go through that with my child or again with nobody else's. Miss Wallace is a strong lady. You know what I'm saying? Miss Wallace, you know, she, and I'm not saying because she's Jamaican, you know, or anything like that, that she got that down home, like she is about her business. But I used to be hurt because I knew the people that she had around her was Puff Boys. So we could never connect like that. So only time I tried to connect with Miss Wallace is when she needed me and she used Perry Sanders to call me if they needed something. That was her lawyer at the time. So, because I knew that those other cats that she had around her, they was for the benefit of themselves. And if you look at it, they benefit a lot through that estate with Big. Mark Pitts, Wayne Barrows, they was all cool with Puff. You understand? When they was working for Miss Wallace. And I know I'm going around and beating around the bush with this, but brother, John Paperwork again, he got everybody number, he could do it like that. And I didn't even know he was calling Miss Wallace. And when if you look at that tape, when he was calling Miss Wallace, I was screaming, yo, tell her I want to talk to her. But they had me on mute. But him being an outright brother and straight, he said, yo, Miss Wallace, I got Gene on the phone. And she said, Gene Deal? And he said, He said, yeah, Gene Deal. He want to speak to her. She said, I watch his stuff on Facebook and YouTube all the time. And I was like, yo, my man, to hear Miss Wallace, Big Mother say that, brother, it sent a chill down me because it reminded me of Wolf Mother, Miss Mama Jones. She gave me her rights to say what I needed to say on the behalf of her son. She gave me her blessings. She came on my program. So, bro, to hear Miss Wallace say that, and I said, and the first thing I said as a gentleman, I said, hey, Miss Wallace, how you doing? And then I wanted her to know that I respect her to the fullest. And the first thing I said was, Miss Wallace, if you tell me to stop, leave Puff, stop, not to say leave Puff. If you tell me to stop doing what I'm doing, I will. She said, no, G, I watch you. You keep doing it. You doing a good job. You, man, listen here. Yo, I was happier than one of them boys at a Diddy party. I was so happy, man, it was crazy. Cause this was the first time I had talked to Miss Wallace since the last time I talked to her and was telling her about Big's death. And she said I didn't want to hear no more.